Hello guys, this is Hobo, here with another video. Today, we have the first of the semi-final rounds from the February tournament. I hope everyone's ready for April, as we do have another tournament. It's going to be the second weekend of April. I will include the sign-up page in the description of this video. I do apologize for the different delays for getting the semi-finals out. But without further ado, here it is. Epicpants versus SlammerIV. In the bottom left, we have Epicpants in red. In the bottom right, we have Slammer. Can we get some hype, guys? Both these players are extremely skilled and have been playing Epicpants for over 2 years, I believe. Slammer for over 4 or 5. This is a game to watch. Both players sending their workers out at the exact same time to get houses down, with Slammer having it done slightly faster. Good luck, have fun is called. Epicpants usually goes for a rack style, where Slammer goes for something that isn't seen too often, and that's mech play. There are not a lot of players who actually go mech, with myself being one of those few. Sure enough, we have a barracks coming out from Epicpants. We're going to see some raider play, and we have a workshop coming from Slammer. It is going to be an RVM. The semifinals, I believe, were best of 3, and whoever is to win this game shall be fighting DragonArcherZ. Whoever wins the set of 3 games, rather, will be going against DragonArcherZ. Now, unfortunately, this worker might die early on, as it's going to see this barracks, and it's going to get chased down by the raider that's going to finish. Slammer tends to be a very defensive player. He's been around long enough to know the various cheeses and the different versions of the game. It seems Epicpants was also going to scout with his worker, and was going to pull back for a second there. Slammer sees that there is a barracks going on and is guessing that a raider's going to come out. This worker's going to die either way. He might as well do some damage trying to block a third coming out. Or a second castle coming out, rather. We do, however, see a Gatling gun getting made from Slammer. And depending if he has a worker down there to support or not, he will be able to defend against this raider. This raider is out and is going to be delayed slightly, as it's going to be too busy killing this worker. It will be able to kill this worker, and it seems Epicpants is going to get a slightly delayed castle as a result of the worker getting in the way. We do not see a new castle going up for Slammer yet, but we do see it starting to go, and a worker Gatling gun going out to face this raider. This will be enough to kill the raider if he decides to fight it. But it does get a free hit on the worker, and the raider's going to waste time trying to chase down the worker, so the Gatling gun will be able to deal quite a bit of damage to that raider, despite it being able to get away and heal. He stops that raider from harassing his worker, making the castle. Unfortunately, this does mean Epicpants will get his castle done first, but we do see a second raider on its way from Epicpants and a second Gatling gun on its way from Slammer. With the 2 raiders, they're now going to try to push, and they should be able to deal quite a bit of damage, even to 2 Gatling guns, as it takes, what, 4 hits to kill the Gatling gun? As they do 51 damage, yep, 4 hits. Now his castle is going to finish with workers coming down, which will be able to support. We do see an advanced factory coming up from Slammer. We might be seeing some drops coming up pretty soon. Meanwhile, there's an archer on its way after the 3rd raider is completed. Right now he's trying to lure the Gatling guns far enough away to be able to deal damage with them. We do see a catapult, so it is indeed going to be a drop scenario here for Slammer to try to deal some economic damage to Epicpants. Meanwhile, we do see a second barracks coming out from Epic. Let's just watch some of this micro here. Both players are going to be extremely cautious not to get in a fight that they can't win. If all three of these target one of the Gatlings, it will bring it down to just needing one more hit to kill. Right now, Epic's trying to decide what is the best way to try to break into this base and get economic damage. We do see the first catapult done, and the second one going with a tower to help defend. This is going to be a very good defense on Slammer's part. Meanwhile, three archers are now done with two more on the way for Epicpants. He tends to go for archer heavy build, where he gets the range upgrade and tries to cut your units. And he does get a nice surround. He's going to be able to kill one of the Gatling guns. Second one's about to go down. Beautiful micro on Slammer's part. In a straight fight, both of those Gatlings should have died. Instead, he was able to keep both alive and almost kill two of the raiders. Like I said, this is going to be a very top tier game between these two players. We see a third castle about to be made for Epicpants down here. Meanwhile, we see archers getting ready in anticipation of a drop. Meanwhile, these two Gatling guns are getting repaired quite faster than these raiders are getting healed. This tower is really going to be able to help them with that. The airship does finish, it's going to be able to pick up these two catapults. He's going to continue to try to deal some small damage with these raiders. He does have 3 Gatling guns though, so he can afford to go out and try to attack these guys, especially with them being on lower health. Pulling a bit too many workers for that. And a Gatling gun is going to go down, possibly 2. He needs a focus fire. And a second Gatling gun is down. Maybe even a third. And the raider just barely gets out, with 3 of them being extremely low health, but they did get 2 kills there. Epicpants' third castle is now done. You can see Slammer's lacking on his macro a little bit because he was trying to micro the catapults here. In just a moment we can check how many kills he got. We do see a third castle coming out for Epicpants. 0 kills on both catapults. But we do see he was able to get a little bit of damage, and he's just trying to harass Epicpants at this point. Wasn't able to get any kills, but maybe he can fix that for the next time. We do see more Gatling guns coming out. This one was yet to be repaired, but now he's back up to 3. We also see a damage upgrade coming from him. He chose to get upgrades instead of units. We can see that with the population difference. 57 versus 40. Both players are now getting towers for defense at their third base. We do see these raiders coming back, trying to do another little attack run. Maybe try to damage this. They will be able to snipe this Gatling gun if it's not brought by the workers ASAP. Meanwhile, we do have about 10 archers, 12 archers. These raiders are now going to scout up here, trying to look for that extra base, seeing if he took a third up here, or if this was possibly a 4th castle. We do see these catapults getting ready for another flyby. Meanwhile, Epicpants has an advanced workshop going of his own, so he can do archer or raider drops. We will see some damage done to this tower. Possible kill to it. Meanwhile, we see the entirety of Epicpants' army getting ready to go attack this base down here, with its 3 Gatling guns protecting it and an idle worker. We do have a tower over here with another Gatling gun and the second base, but it's not going to be enough to defend this castle. These catapults were able to kill the tower, but were forced to leave. We see the raiders coming in to help really kill these Gatling guns. These workers are going to have to do their best to try to repair these Gatling guns, but no, another one goes down. There's 3 down, and a 4th one is about to die. Slammer is trying to protect these workers here. This castle is going down. We see some drops coming down with these catapults. One dying, not able to quite deal enough damage. we do see some caltrops up here for scouting purposes that weren't really used because he went around. It seems Epic is going to be able to kill this third castle, which is a huge hit to Slammer's economy. We see 2 more workshops being built at current, but all of this has been wasted gold. He only got about 200 gold from this mine, not even 150 gold. Huge waste on his part on account of not having the numbers to deal with Epicpants. It's 90 pop to 45, with Epicpants currently being supply blocked. At this point, Slammer has to do some kind of economy damage, otherwise he's just going to fall completely behind. And due to that tower there and the catapults being aggroed to the tower, they were not instantly shooting at the workers here, meaning it was a wasted attack there. He wasn't able to accomplish any kind of eco damage aside from moving the workers away. At this point, Epicpants could walk into Slammer's base and win the game if he had thought of that, but instead he's trying to play a little bit more defensively. Meanwhile, we had 3 raiders up in the top just trying to prevent any kind of ninja bases from Slammer. And we're going to see more drops trying to be done by Slammer. Meanwhile, we have 5 archers coming out from Epicpants heading towards his main base. We do have an upgrade that just finished, hit the 2nd damage upgrade for Slammer. This airship is waiting just outside. The 2nd tower is also about to finish, but might not be able to finish just in time. Seems Slammer is currently trying to go out to get a 3rd castle, and Epic is able to see the 2 towers there and is going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. Instead he's going to kill this house and possibly this worker as well, trying to get whatever damage he can done. Meanwhile, we do see a push getting ready to happen from Epicpants over here, as this force is getting ready to defend as Slammer tries to get another base, but we can see the numbers are just against him. 2 forges down for Epicpants. He's starting to get double upgrades, so he's going to be behind only at first. He will be able to catch up. We do see a castle coming down from Epic finally, and a 4th castle from Epic. Meanwhile, Slammer's now rebuilding his 3rd. These 2 Gatling guns could very well die if they're not careful. And here come the raiders focusing down the catapults. The soldiers, meanwhile, are going to distract the catapult shots from shooting who really matters. The catapults are hitting his own units now because of the raiders. And this army is just going to die. Epicpants was more aggressive and he was able to build more units. Meanwhile, Slammer was not able to get enough eco damage done with his catapult drops. And we can see that now. He's able to start really picking off these units. You can see how the upgrade difference for those catapults was able to be enough to kill that army. It does mean his 3rd castle is going to be a little bit delayed, but now the population is down to 89 to 65. We can already see 8 soldiers done for Epicpants, and he's about to almost match upgrades. No, definitely match upgrades with Slammer. That upgrade advantage for Slammer is no longer going to be as big. Meanwhile, we do have 2 full airships waiting over Slammer's army, able to kill these guys. And there goes the majority of Slammer's army. He's gonna have to retreat from this castle once again. 2 workers dying in the retreat. Along with this castle, once again, if Slammer doesn't cancel, it's gonna be another wasted 250 gold. And as such, Slammer's getting all of these forces ready to try to go out and defend that. Meanwhile, we have some kind of transfer going on in Epic space. These 2 catapults could be dropped on in just a second. He needs to pull Morber's army over and finish this castle, or cancel it. He needs to do something with it. We do have some idle workers over here as they're trying to defend from those drops. We do see Ballista out finally and trying to kill these airships. What looked like it was going to be game just moments ago already seems to have drawn back a little bit. A soldier is able to kill a catapult for free, essentially, because none of these workers are just hitting A on it. It has 2 health left, 1 attack to it, and it would just die. Instead, he's choosing to pull the Gatling guns to kill it instead. We got still 2 almost full airships from Epicpants up to the top right that could be very deadly if ever they go down south. We don't have any other upgrades coming from Epicpants yet, though. It's 110 pop to 80. Let's look at income for a second. A 600 gold per minute difference with 2,000 more gold mined from Epicpants. Gold loss is very similar at this point. An airship does go down for both players, and these units are going to be able to get killed off. Meanwhile, Epic thinks this is his chance to strike and try to attack this base, not expecting an army in return. This game definitely does not look over anymore. Upgrades are still being produced from both players. Currently, a 4th damage upgrade coming from Epic, a 2nd armor from Slammer. We do have an archer that's about to die in the top right there, and a mage guild has been placed by Epicpants. Meanwhile, we are seeing Slammer get the speed upgrade on his Gatling guns. A bit late in the game, but better late than never. And a new airship to replace the one he just lost. Right now it's 2 airships to 2 airships. We see a 5th castle going down for Epicpants. Meanwhile, Slammer is now securing a 4th. Slammer is able to spot the army being over here, and he's going to be able to try to get some damage dealt to it. We have 2 soldiers that have now been slowed due to the caltrops and are taking some damage from this tower. One of the soldiers is going down to the red health because of it. We do see 2 more towers coming on that top right base there. More little pokes and damage coming from this dropship. It was able to deal some damage over here. Let's look at the units lost for just a moment. 14 workers killed by Slammer so far. We see 2 mages coming out with a fireball spell being researched. This tower is going to start to get attacked as well. And this airship is going to scout this lone catapult. So 3 archers are going to come here to try to kill it. Meanwhile, we have another catapult going up top left that's going to be able to kill those workers. So hard to see all the airships just flying everywhere. The tower does go down, and the catapult is saved. These archers are going to hop in their own airship and try to pursue, stopping just off the side of there. Slammer is able to see that Epic does have a base over here, and he's going to try to attack these workers. The archer does go down, with these workers going every which way to try to defend themselves. Meanwhile, there's a deadly army right here in the just above Slammer's bases, getting ready to attack. We see still 3 archers just sitting there being wasted, as another drop is going to try to deal even more worker damage. And as far as upgrades go, it's now 4 to 2 and 2. Still, I would say in Slammer's favor due to the mech splash abilities. We also see more harassment coming down here, and Slammer's possibly going to be able to scout the mages, which could be very bad for Epicpants. He's going to scout the army over here and try to engage, dropping caltrops as he goes. He's taking a lot of damage from these fireballs. He's going to have to retreat to a little bit away, and some of Epic's units are getting slowed down by these caltrops. This is where the caltrops are really doing their magic. It splits up the Rax player's army. Meanwhile, these 3 catapults are coming down to help join the fight to defend. We see another castle going down from Slammer, and it's going to be scouted by 5 soldiers. That castle will be able to go down with just those 5 soldiers. We see 4 archers coming in to try to drop over the Rax force. We see a great surround coming down from Epic, but he's choosing to run away rather than engage due to all of these 6 catapults back here, dealing massive damage. These soldiers were able to try to push the workers out of here, but their airship does die. Meanwhile, this army is getting chased down. A magnificent comeback from Slammer, really. We can see upgrades are even with 5 to 3 and 2, but we see 2 armor upgrades coming from Epicpants, with a catapult staying over here for Slammer for defense, and Epic just keeps trying to get as many kills as possible, slowly running away. He does kill an airship, potentially that had 2 catapults in it. We have a few idle workers here, some building towers, some repairing, but these 2 will die to these soldiers. Just mass soldiers on Epic's part to try to counter the mass catapults. And with target fire from Slammer's part for the catapult, he is able to kill quite a few of these soldiers. A fails fireball from Epicpants, but another beautiful one sent out by him. We can see all of those soldiers are now dead, and a lot of these archers are too. The damage on the catapults is just too high. Meanwhile, we have 2 catapults coming over here to get ready to try to kill some of these workers. But Epic is going to be able to scout this with his worker. These 2 soldiers are still over here in case Slammer tries to get this castle, and it looks like he's going to be able to stop that at this point. Epicpants is floating way too much. He's at 1400. He needs to spend his gold. He's getting a fortress at current. I'm not sure if this is a mistake or if he meant to make workers. He has way too many at this base. He needs to spend this gold if he wants to win. Right now he has only 7 barracks. He could afford to make 2 more and be able to just try to pump this out so he can get the units. He needs to make more units and try to just deal even more damage to Slammer. He's letting Slammer build up. You never want a mech player to get as many bases as you. We do see another castle coming out from Epicpants though. It's going to be his last one on his side of the map. And this army is getting chased down by superior mech force, with another armor upgrade coming down from Slammer. These archers are just going to walk into a tower at this point. And these workers are going to come out to try to help defend or run away to avoid the archers' fire. Meanwhile, we see this forward position established by Slammer, stopping any kind of movement into the middle from Epic. If he wants to attack, he either has to attack this force or go all the way around to either of the sides, both of which are not preferable. He wants to be able to go through this line to attack the less defended bases. In the meantime, this massive mech army is just going to move back to this forward position. We see 5 meters in this airship, no units in this one here. And Epic is trying to move forward through here. He was able to finally spend his gold by making towers. He does have an unfinished tower over here. And 2 catapults over here were able to kill quite a few workers. We're up to 16 and 16 workers lost. Even more fireballs, not all of them being very effective, but being good at forcing Slammer to move his army in ways he doesn't want to move them. Meanwhile, we have 2 catapults down here also dealing damage. You can see Epicpants is starting to run out of mines as they're starting to run out of gold, forcing him to run away from this mine due to having 2 catapults there. So instead, Epic's choosing to push through here, destroy this forward position, losing units in the process, but at the same time he is able to fully destroy it, 137 to 83 for his population. We don't see any mining coming from this castle quite yet, but we have about 19 workers in the top there. These workers these catapults are currently shooting at nothing, and they're both gonna die doing nothing, and same with this airship is about to die as well. Meanwhile, Epic's trying to take advantage of this momentum and push forward to try to attack Slammer back, but he's going to try to run away. He has his level 3 and 4 armor about to finish as well. He now has almost maxed out his population, and 2 fireballs are able to kill about 5 workers and 2 Gatling guns. Most of Slammer's army that was over there just died. He's gonna have to retreat and want that rebuild up. This airship's down to 2 HP, and with several fireballs, all of those workers just died, with only 3 being left. That was definitely worth it on Epicpants' side. We do see more towers come up here, but there's no scouting on the top of the cliff, aside from these caltrops, so any units that are there will not be able to be shot at, since the towers don't have vision. But this is going to be scouted by Slammer due to the caltrops, so he knows this is coming. He's going to have time to respond and send his units back up. It's at 149 to 93 population. We see the next attack upgrade coming from Slammer, but meanwhile, the level 4 armor is about to finish for Epicpants. He is currently supply blocked and can afford to float a little bit on his cash. He's going to be able to kill both these towers and get ready to kill this castle. He has enough for 2 fireballs, enough to kill all of these workers. 3 fireballs go off, not killing quite enough, but the soldiers are able to kill workers of their own. This castle is about to die with a worker in queue. And that's just going to expose this base to be attacked next. Meanwhile, Slammer's army in the bottom right here just needs to go up and try to defend this. He doesn't have the population to do so, though. It's 147 to 109, and this army is going to come in and start killing these towers very easily with his maxed out attack damage. And these fireballs are going to kill all of these workers. About 27 workers are just going to die if Slammer uses fireballs, but instead he's moving the mages down here to intercept the defense. And these fireballs are going to go and start killing these Gatlings. Almost all the Gatling guns died before they could even get shots off. Slammer is most likely about to lose this base now, having only 2 Gatling guns that are about to die and 7 catapults. He does have 2 more over here. Again, these fireballs are just causing so much damage for Slammer. Meanwhile, there's no harassment being done to Epic's economy. He's just able to keep rebuilding without a fear in the world. He just needs to keep the aggression up. And the rest of Slammer's army is going to die. Streaming it in. We can see more workers dying from Slammer. He doesn't have much of an economy left to be able to afford this. At 145 to 72, Epicpants is able to just keep forcing Slammer to waste gold by attempting to defend this. He can't quite afford to let this castle die, but if he tries to defend, he's just walking his units to their death due to the superior force. We can see 5 Gatling guns and a catapult will not be able to defend from all these. So, Epicpants is going to keep the mages back for fireballs, killing 2, almost 4 Gatling guns, while the soldiers go up top to kill the castle. Meanwhile, he's taking this castle from Slammer, and GG is called at 26 minutes. This is the first of the semifinal games. It was definitely an exciting one and very back and forth. Huge comeback from Slammer in the mid-game, but he just wasn't able to defend hard enough from Epic's push to kill this front line. So many drops just everywhere. Just looking over the battlefield, you can see all the destroyed buildings from the various harassment from both players. And all the fireball marks. That was an incredible game to watch. Looking at the stats here, it was 30,000 to 25,000 gold mined, with almost tied loss, a difference of only 25 gold loss. In terms of units lost, we have 58 workers from Slammer lost, and that's because of the fireballs, really. Fireballs and having workers to help defend and repair some of his mech units. Meanwhile, only 27 killed by Epic. If Slammer was able to kill more, we would have seen a little bit more of a difference from those drops. But as both players are very skilled, Epic was able to respond in time to block a lot of those drops. We also see towers everywhere from both players. We would see a few more if they weren't killed on Slammer's end. This was a great example of how you should respond to mech. Be very aggressive, don't let them get more castles than you, and always use the momentum. You want to tech up to mage at relatively early mid-game as well. Again, this is the first game of the semifinals. I'll be getting the rest of the semifinals out this week by Thursday, and all of the final games, whoever wins this set of games versus Daz, by the end of Sunday. That's all for today, guys. This is Hobo. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.